All right, welcome to another deep dive, everybody. Today, we're going to be talking about U.S. geography.
Sounds good to me.
I've got a list here of 15 geography facts.
Oh, cool.
And, U.S. geography, you think you know all about it, right?
Yeah, you'd think so.
But I'm telling you, I looked at this list, and there are some things on here that are going to absolutely blow your mind.
Okay, well, I'm excited. Let's hear it.
All right, so first up, this one had me stumped. Which state is both the easternmost and the westernmost point in the United States?
Ooh, okay.
I know, it's tough.
I'm going to guess Hawaii.
It's Alaska.
Alaska.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because of the Aleutian Islands?
Yeah, the Aleutian Islands,
Okay.
they stretch so far west
I can see it now.
that they actually cross the 180th meridian,
Yeah.
which is the imaginary line that divides the eastern and western hemispheres.
So technically part of Alaska is in the eastern hemisphere.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Tiny part of Alaska
Yeah.
is technically in the eastern hemisphere.
I always forget just how big Alaska is.
Yeah, it's massive.
It's just huge.
All right, next one up. Which U.S. state is closest to Africa?
I'm going to go with Florida.
Maine.
Maine.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why Maine?
The shortest distance across the Atlantic Ocean is between Maine and Morocco.
I guess that makes sense.
Because of the way the Earth curves, if you
Yeah.
think about it like an orange peel,
Right.
if you flatten it out, the shortest distance isn't always what you expect.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
they could have taken advantage of that,
Oh, yeah.
especially like way back in the day when, planes couldn't fly as far.
Yeah, early transatlantic flights, some pilots would take advantage of this route.
That makes a lot of sense.
All right, next fact. It's about population. The eastern U.S. has a way larger population than the West.
Yeah, that's true.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, a lot of it's historical, right? The first colonies were on the East Coast,
Yeah.
so that's where a lot of the early development was concentrated. And then as industries grew, like manufacturing, finance.
That drew even more people eastward.
Yeah, so it's not just about the space. It's about the opportunities.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And then over time, cities grow,
Yeah.
populations grow,
Right.
infrastructure develops more on the East Coast, so it just kind of snowballs from there.
Yeah, very interesting. Okay, this next one is about Wyoming.
Oh, okay.
It's near and dear to my heart.
All right.
Apparently, there are way more cattle in Wyoming than people.
Oh, is that right? I can believe that.
Yeah, the ratio is something like 2 cattle for every 1 person.
Wow. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, it speaks to, the history of Wyoming, the economy,
Exactly.
wide open spaces, perfect for ranching.
It's a cowboy state.
That's right, that's right.
Yeah.
But it makes you think, though, having that many cattle, that has to have a huge impact on the environment.
Absolutely.
The land, the water resources.
Right. It makes you think about sustainability. Can you keep doing that long term?
Right, exactly.
What are the trade-offs?
Definitely. Tough questions.
Uh-huh.
Okay, next up, trivia buffs. You're going to want to remember this one. What is the longest international border in the world?
The longest international border.
There's a big one.
I don't know. Is it the one between the U.S. and Mexico?
U.S. and Canada.
U.S. and Canada, of course.
Over 5,500 miles.
Oh, wow.
Stretching from the Atlantic to the Pacific.
And it's a peaceful border, largely.
Yes, largely peaceful. A lot of cooperation, shared history.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's talk about the Great Lakes.
Okay.
Everybody knows they're big, right?
It's huge.
But did you know they contain 21% of the world's surface freshwater?
21%. Are you serious?
Yeah, 15 of the entire planet's surface freshwater.
Wow. I knew they were big, but that's incredible.
That's huge. It's a massive resource.
Yeah, not just for the U.S. and Canada,
Right.
but for the world, potentially.
Yeah, it makes you realize the responsibility that we have to protect that water,
Absolutely.
to keep it clean, keep it healthy.
Yeah, because the health of the Great Lakes is connected to the health of the entire region.
Totally. It's a reminder that water isn't just some abstract thing. It's essential to life,
100%.
to the economy, everything.
It's easy to take it for granted.
Yeah. All right, next up, Colorado.
Okay.
Famous for its mountains
Beautiful mountains.
and its skiing.
Great skiing.
Also, its shape.
Okay, what about its shape?
Almost perfectly rectangular.
It is, yeah, that's true. How did that happen?
It's all thanks to how the West was surveyed and divided up.
Okay.
Instead of following natural features like rivers or mountains, they just used straight lines.
Oh, interesting. So they just drew lines on a map?
Yeah, latitude and longitude. Straight lines.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Human decisions shaping the landscape.
It really does when you think about it.
And you can see it when you look at a map, all these squiggly borders. Then you got Colorado.
That's a big rectangle.
Yeah. All right. Ready for a rainforest surprise.
Okay, hit me.
The largest rainforest in the U.S. isn't in Hawaii or Florida.
Not Florida.
No.
Okay. Where is it?
Alaska.
Alaska.
Really?
Tongass National Forest.
I didn't know there were rainforests in Alaska.
It's a temperate rainforest, so it's a bit cooler,
Okay.
less humid
Makes sense.
than a tropical rainforest. But it's still incredibly lush, biodiverse.
Wow, that's cool.
Those old growth trees, they're like giants.
I bet.
They store huge amounts of carbon.
Yeah. Vital to the ecosystem.
Really important. So it's not just about pretty scenery. It's about the health of the planet.
Right. I mean, these forests are like the lungs of the earth, right?
Exactly.
Cleaning the air, regulating the climate.
So important.
Huge impact.
All right, let's shift gears again.
Okay.
Time for some extreme geography.
All right. I like it.
What's the highest point in the U.S.?
Highest point, that's got to be Denali, right? In Alaska.
Denali in Alaska. Over 20,000 feet.
Majestic. Absolutely majestic. A huge challenge for climbers.
And the lowest point?
That would be Death Valley, right?
Death Valley, California.
The lowest, hottest, driest.
Talk about extremes. It's incredible, the diversity of landscapes.
Yeah. Frozen peaks to scorching deserts, all in one country.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Blew my mind.
Okay, let's hear it.
The Mississippi River Basin drains water from 31 states and 2 Canadian provinces.
31 states.
It's a huge swath of the continent.
Wow. The Mississippi, it's a vital artery. Transportation, trade, agriculture.
Incredibly powerful.
Oh, yeah. I read that it's even been known to flow backward.
Oh, backward.
Yeah, during extreme weather events, like a massive storm surge or if there's just a ton of rain.
So the pressure just builds up so much.
So much that it forces the river to temporarily reverse.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing how nature can just defy expectations.
Absolutely. Makes you think about the potential for flooding. How do you even manage a river that powerful?
Right, exactly. Huge challenge.
Speaking of powerful forces of nature, the Pacific coast, especially off of Oregon and Washington, is known as the graveyard of the Pacific.
The graveyard of the Pacific. That sounds ominous.
It is. It's because the waters are notoriously treacherous.
Oh, wow.
Strong currents, fog, rocky shoreline.
There's many hazards.
Yeah, countless ships have been wrecked there.
Centuries of shipwrecks.
It's a reminder of the power of the ocean and how unforgiving it can be.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, what's next?
Let's go underground. Kentucky.
Kentucky, okay. Horses. Bourbon.
Longest cave system in the world.
Really? Wow. I did not know that.
Mammoth Cave. Over 400 miles of explored passages.
400 miles? That's incredible. They must still be finding new ones.
They are. It's a vast hidden world.
It makes you wonder what else is down there, just waiting to be discovered.
Exactly. It sparks that sense of exploration. All right, 2 more fascinating shacks to go.
Okay, bring them on.
This one's about the Great Basin.
The Great Basin, that huge desert.
It's getting bigger.
Wait, what? How's a desert get bigger?
It's because of a geological process called basin and range topography.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that one.
The Earth's crust in that region is stretching.
Stretching, like a rubber band.
Kind of. And thinning. It causes the valleys to sink and the mountains to rise.
So the basin is spreading out.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So the Earth is kind of breathing.
Yeah, expanding and contracting.
And we're seeing it happen in the Great Basin.
Right before our eyes. All right, last one. This is a weird one. Florida.
Florida, okay. What about Florida?
The only state that's physically growing.
Growing? You mean like in size?
Yeah.
How's that possible?
Sediment is constantly being deposited along the coastline.
Oh, interesting.
Little by little, it's adding to Florida's landmass.
So it's like the ocean is giving Florida more land?
It is, but it's a double-edged sword because it also makes Florida more vulnerable to rising sea levels.
Right, of course. Yeah, that makes sense.
Wow. So many incredible facts about U.S. geography.
I know, right?
From Alaska to the Great Basin, it's so dynamic and diverse. And it's not just about the facts themselves.
Right.
It's about what those facts tell us about history, our relationship with the environment,
Yeah.
the forces that are constantly shaping our world.
Makes you think.
It does.
It makes you think, what does it mean that some of these geographical features are constantly changing, like the Great Basin growing or Florida's coastline expanding?
Yeah.
What does that tell us about the forces that are shaping our planet, how we need to adapt to them?
That's a great point to end on, a reminder that there's always more to learn.
Always more to explore.
The world is full of surprises. So keep that curiosity going. Happy exploring, everybody.
Absolutely.
All right, welcome to another deep dive, everybody. Today, we're going to be talking about U.S. geography.